Thanks for jumping on here. We are going to get started here in just a couple of minutes. But just until then, so last year, toward the end of the year, we started doing these weekly. We're going to see how that goes. There were some weeks where we're thinking, well, there wasn't much to update. So for now, we're thinking we will do the we'll do these bi-monthly. So the first and third Wednesdays of every month will be our community call. But as things ramp up and as more things start happening, we'll switch that back to weekly so that, or we may just, throw in an extra week, if we're working on a big deal and we want to talk about it. But just for consistency to help everybody remember the first and third Wednesday, and we'll make sure everybody knows this, we'll send this out so that everyone knows. And then just before each of these calls, we'll make sure we send out the reminders. I think we just sent out a little quick video reminder a few minutes ago. We'll try to get those done earlier in the day, but we want to make sure you guys know what we are up to. We feel like the first and third Wednesdays to start with will probably be the best way to update you guys. And then we'll be adding a few other meetings. We'll probably start up the Twitch streams again, and we'll look at what other community calls we can add as time goes by. So thanks for jumping on. And we understand that when you jump on in the middle of a day, you're usually busy. Some of you guys are doing this from work, but we obviously feel it's important, especially moving into 2025, to give you guys as many updates as we can. Obviously, there are Discord channels and there are social media pages, Facebook, where people can talk and interact. But to hear directly from us, we're happy to do it. We also, for those of you guys who are familiar with Connect, there are times where we jump on the Connect call as well. And so we're planning on doing a lot more Connect calls, which is part of the reason why we're going to do this on the first and the third Wednesdays, because we'll also be pretty involved with some of the Connect community updates. They're going to have us on just our brand to talk about certain things that we're working on. So as we go ahead and get this kicked off, thank you guys. I hope you guys all had a great new year. At the beginning of the year always helps us to sit back and not only to reflect on the previous year, things that we've done, but also to set new goals and to be reinvigorated and to start thinking differently about the upcoming year. And that's what we're doing as a company as well. We've done it individually with our families, but it's important that you guys know where we are at. And so I always start off with remember that there is the Element blockchain that you guys run, control, have voting rights. And then there's Element United, the company. A lot of most of the things I'm going to be talking about are what our goals are as Element United, the company. As you guys know, we have a lot of products, but there are some interactions that have to do with the token because of things that we're trying to do by increasing the token utility, making it easier for people to do things, to trade, to sell, spend the ELMT token. And I know a lot of you guys, that's what you're pretty concerned with because obviously many of you guys have bought nodes in the past and you're sitting on a whole bunch of tokens and you're wondering, what are the use cases for these tokens? And those things are going to grow rapidly. Things are going to happen at a much quicker pace this year. We've been in build mode for a while. We've had a few hiccups. We've had as the crypto world and as the RWA world, which is real world assets, as that evolves and as things become clearer and a little bit more defined, both from a regulatory standpoint and just from a use case standpoint, we've also made certain adjustments as a company. One of the things that we're going to be doing a lot more of this year is the tokenization of in-ground assets for other gold mines, people that aren't really associated with or related to Element United, the company in any way, but to be a platform that allows us to work with other mines and to put other tokens on the Element blockchain, which you guys are all a part of. And so we'll go into some of those things today, some of the things that we're working on, some of the things that we have planned. And so I appreciate you guys jumping on here. Let me back up just a second here. So it's going to be a great 2025. This is the year. I think a lot of people in the crypto world, there's been a big question mark over the year 2025 and a lot of anticipation over the year 2025 for a lot of different reasons. Some of those reasons have to do with with the post Bitcoin halving. There's always a pattern after Bitcoin has one of its halvings. People look at what happens to not only Bitcoin itself, but also to all the other coins out there, all the altcoins, as a lot of people call them, to see what happens, in specific time frames after the Bitcoin halving. So there's been a lot of anticipation for what the landscape is going to look like for 2025, also from a regulatory standpoint. There have been a lot of questions. Will the SEC come in and call all token securities? Will the new incoming administration be pro crypto or anti crypto? How will the adoption of cryptos all around the world, how will that affect things? And so for 2025, there have been, I think everything positive that could have happened is happening, right? We're looking at what happened with Bitcoin after the halving, and it just shot up exactly as everybody predicted. And it's difficult to predict what happens in crypto. I mean, there's no crystal ball. And so for those people who have, with optimism, looked at what can happen in 2025 after the Bitcoin halving, I think it's met all expectations, which is great for, in my opinion, great for the entire crypto market as a whole. So that's great. Also, here in the United States, a very, very pro crypto presidency is just a couple weeks away. President Trump has vowed to get rid of Gary Gensler, who's just been very litigious in his enforcement of crypto, calling everything a security, without really, knowing. And so there'll be some rules that we want to follow. I mean, the new administration might come in and he might have a new SEC commissioner who might define and say, here's what you need to do. And that'd be great. We would love that. We would love clarity. If the SEC came in and said, you are securities, and now here's how we'd say, fantastic. Now, how do we go about doing that? And so the whole crypto industry is just looking for clarity. Nobody wants to be involved with a company that doesn't have any guidance or rules, or just kind of, shooting by. But unfortunately, the entire crypto industry, that's kind of been how it's been for the past several years. And so for 2025 moving forward, we look forward to the clarity, and we look forward to rulings, and we look forward to everything that allows the crypto industry to grow, but specifically that allows our company to grow, Element United. There have been a lot of companies out there that have been the pioneers in the tokenization of in-ground assets, making those in-ground assets, turning them into a tier one instrument, and borrowing against it, and doing all these fun things that everybody's wanted to do in the RWA world. So we have been talking a lot with these companies over the past several months, looking at the regulation, talking to lawyers, saying, how do we kind of get involved in this space to where Element United for 2025 becomes one of the main platforms that mines, oil, gas, gold, you name it, can come into the Element United company and have a platform on our tier one blockchain that allows people to tokenize their assets. And of course, that'd be great for Element Token, because Element Token would then be the gas fees for all these other transactions. And so those are the things that we have been putting a lot of time into, and not only in looking at the regulation, but also looking at partners that want to do that. We're working with several people. In fact, 28 minutes ago, I was on a call with one of our partners that's got a big mine out in Africa, and there are some amazing things that we're going to be doing out there. And so we want to be that platform. We want to grow. We want to make sure that the Element blockchain is doing a lot of work, whether it's a lot of work for Element United, the company, or for anybody else that wants to bring on these new platforms. But as you guys know, or these new tokens, as you guys know, we have been building products for quite a while. You guys know that we have the eVault, which will probably go through a name change, which is twofold. The eVault, really two things. We create NFTs for jewelry. And as you guys know, we have teased a very large jewelry partnership in the past, and supposedly that announcement will come next month. We had some conversations with those people who were in the know about when that's coming down. And there's certain work that we're taking, certain things that we need to be prepared for to make this really big announcement. But really, the eVault is two things, and it's number one, the NFT or the digitization of physical jewelry, watches. As you guys know, if you get on like company bigger websites like Breitling, they give you the option to create an NFT when you buy a watch. We obviously have been working on this. You guys know that we've been working with a couple jewelry stores, but for 2025, our big goal is to partner with a lot more jewelry companies. And the reason why I don't have a number on how many is because after we make the big announcement, we hope, we believe it's mid-February. It's going to be a lot easier for us to bring on other jewelry stores because we'll be working with one of the most well-known ones. And so we didn't set a goal for that yet. We said, well, let's after we make this announcement, because we'll have to get pretty choosy because we only have so much bandwidth. We'll be able to pick and choose which companies that we want to work with and which companies, frankly, want to work with us. But we are ready to launch the first phase of eVault, which is NFTs. The second phase of the eVault is more of the tracking from the mine to through the supply chain to the suppliers. That's really where we want to make a big impact. If we have a tracking a system that allows us to give the consumers the ability to know where the gold or where the diamond came from, that helps us not only to give confidence to our consumers that they're buying products that were ethically mined, but also it helps to solve the problems that we're trying to solve by creating a system that says similar to what the Kimberley process was, which was the system that was used to eliminate blood diamonds. We want to eliminate all unethical mining, get rid of child labor, slave labor. And so if we build, which the system will be for the eVault, a system to verify where all these minerals come from, then that will have the same effect that the Kimberley process did with blood diamonds, which is to essentially eliminate the illegal sale of blood diamonds. So two phases on the eVault. Now we've already created NFTs for jewelry and for a few different jewelry partners, and we have everything in place to start building the tracking system, basically the supply chain blockchain for the jewelry industry. Now, what you need to do that are a bunch of mining partners. And so if you look in that first box there, our goal for 2025 is to increase the mining relationships that we have to 500 mining partners. And the way that we're going to do that is through product number two, which is the EMC, the Ethical Mining Certification. So if you look at the box right next to that, the Ethical Mining Certification is our way of certifying mines. For 2025, phase one is the commitment for all of these mines to take certain actions and to eliminate certain actions. And in conjunction, so the way that we're going to bring on the 500 mining partners that will then feed into the eVault is through the EMC. So our goal is 500 mines, which is like, a mine and a half a day, to bring on 500 mines in 2025 who've made the commitment to join the ethical mining certification. Those mining partners will also be the mining partners that we then work with to create our blockchain supply chain for the eVault. So those two really fit. And so we wanted to put real numbers down because we've been building and now it's just time to bring on a customer base. So 500 mines will be in the eVault. That will also be 500 mines that will be for the ethical mining certification. These mining partnerships, like the ones that we already have, will then open up opportunities for our third project, which is the carbon credits. As you know, right now, the mining partners that we already have already expressed interest and have already agreed to allow their land to be used for the creation of carbon credits. Probably the biggest thing that we did last year was the relationship with Trufara out of the UK. Had a great conversation with the Trufara guys yesterday. As you guys know, for those of you who are involved in our ecosystem and know about Grow is also heavily involved with Trufara. They've already successfully created tokenized carbon credits and sold them to Nestle. The next project up, there's two projects that are next with us in Trafara, which is a farm in Peru and a mine in Canada. We are going to be using the biochar, creating carbon credits, and then selling them through the marketplace, tokenizing them, and then selling them through the marketplace that we're building. And so as we bring on mines for our first two products, which is the eVault and EMC, they will also create for us many opportunities to create, again, the third project, which is carbon credits. The carbon credit building, the marketplace, all of that is well underway. These aren't what I'm talking about now aren't just concepts and ideas. We are ready. We are prepared now to start bringing on the customer base. And so these aren't just hypothetical, here's what we want to do. These are things that we are going to do. And we set pretty high goals to have 500 people, 500 mines, because that's where all of our products feed into those 500 mines. In addition to the carbon credits, when we talk about Trifara, that's more of a B2B model. We create the carbon credits with these mines and then sell them to other businesses. We're also going to be expanding greatly the B2C, which is our offset. Our offset, as you guys know, these are the individualized carbon credits that individuals can buy on a monthly subscription. And we've built it out, we've tested it, we've gotten several people who've already signed up for it, who are paying monthly, and now we take it to the world. 2025 is we launch, and again, everything I'm talking about here starts immediately. All this is all Q1. We won't reach our goals till later in the year, but we are officially going to launch the offsetyourmom.com program and work with our marketing team and others that we've outsourced to take this to the world, to get as many people as we can. Everybody should be on the Offset subscription plan. It's cheap enough, it's affordable enough, and you're getting rewarded with element tokens for being signed up, that it is time to take this to the world. And so we're going to do a big launch with our marketing team. You guys will start to see the advertisements for that, and we're going to be partnering up with as many influencers and folks with big followings as we can to launch this. And so you'll start to see that, but that is ready for the world. Well, I know one of the things that most of you are concerned about are the tokens, because you guys are running nodes. As node owners and as token owners, you can see from the ELMT, if you go into CoinMarketCap, there's no volume in it yet. Why? Because everybody is hanging on to their element. They have mined it, and everybody's sitting around waiting for it to go up in price. And as you guys know, Element United, the company, has nothing to do with the token value. We don't do anything to push it. We don't do anything, because that is strictly on the side of the token owners. Now, I'm also a token owner, but I know that the question that a lot of you guys have is, what's going to happen with this token? Well, first, we as a company, Element United, are going to increase the token utility. As you guys know, you already today have the ability to buy gold and silver using your Element token on our website, elmt.store. You can go in there right now and buy physical gold and silver using your Element token. Now, I know a lot of you guys haven't done that yet because the token price is low and it'd be a massive exchange, although I have had a few people buy gold and silver. I just sold 10 silver and a gold just last week. And it was a Utah person, so they literally showed up at my door and I gave them the gold and silver. It was pretty cool. And so we are going to create a lot more token utility. And the reason why I started off by talking about products such as the carbon credits, the carbon credits all must be transacted in the ELMT token. So when these carbon credit projects are up and ready and the carbon credits are ready for sale, those sales will all be done in ELMT, which is great. So hypothetically, if we had a big Fortune 500 company that came in and needed $1 million worth of carbon credits, great. They have to go into the marketplace and purchase ELMT. So we are going to obviously now for the token to start taking off, we want it to just happen naturally as people buy products and as the token utility increases because of people using that token to buy products. So we will be increasing the things that you can do with the Element token. You guys know we launched Goldbacks. You'll see the Goldbacks up on our website here shortly. There's other things that we wanted to do with Goldbacks, which is why we haven't put it up on our website yet. We're kind of thinking a little bit bigger with them, but for now, so you'll be able to buy gold, silver. You'll see Goldbacks, and there'll be other products that we're going to put up there so that there'll be a lot more token utility. So look for a lot more things that you can do with the Element token. Look for a lot more purchases being made in ELMT. So if I'm a big Fortune 500 company, like I started saying before, I'd have to go into the marketplace to buy ELMT. And who has the ELMT? You do. So if you guys choose to sell, supposedly there will be a lot of buyers who are coming in to buy carbon credits and also gold and silver. So as you guys know, you can buy gold and silver today, but we're also looking outside of the Element website and working with different partners who we've already talked to three of them who have shown interest in accepting ELMT for their gold and silver. And when they do that, we give that customer a 5% rebate into ELMT. So we have the ability, because of the use of the ELMT token, to make buying gold and silver cheaper than basically anywhere else in the world because we are offering a 5% rebate in ELMT for people that use the ELMT token to buy gold and silver with our approved vendors. You'll start to see announcements on those definitely in Q1 on who we're working with. And so that will, and then again, the marketing that goes along with that, now we can take it to the world to say, hey, do you want to buy gold and silver cheaper than anywhere else, hypothetically? And we show them how to do it. Go into the marketplace, buy the ELMT, go to this guy who's selling the gold. You give him the ELMT, he'll ship you the gold, and then we, Element United, will give you a rebate back of 5% of the ELMT that you use to purchase the gold. So we also have a refresh of the website coming. New look, new feel, easier. We wanted it to reflect our priorities. I think right now, if you get on our website, it looks like we're just trying to move nodes. That's not what we're trying to do. We now are trying to move product, ethical mining certifications, the eVault NFTs, carbon credits. And so the new website that'll be done in a couple of weeks will have a new look and feel, more pleasing to the eyes and more prioritizing what we feel is important. Okay. One other thing too is we wanted to talk about, hold on, I'm getting text messages from, okay, got it. Got you, Paul. I skipped over a slide. The bracelets, the offset bracelets. Paul and I, as you know, we paused our Africa trip. That's back on. We're going to be heading out to Africa soon to create the videos of these bracelets being made. One other thing too, we also are adding a new size of large because we had a few complaints of guys, larger wristed men who are wearing these. They fit a little too tight. So our goal is to sell 1,000 bracelets. Now, these bracelets, that's just us as a company, but listen, once this thing goes viral and you guys start using the QR code on all of your individual bracelets, I think we'll sell a lot more than that just because you'll be rewarded for sharing the offset bracelet. And so the offset bracelet, is near and dear to all of our hearts because all of the proceeds, they do not come to Element. All the proceeds go to support the families who are making these bracelets and to reclaim these gold mines, specifically in the villages near Domanasi, where we're going to be heading. We're going to be heading there, filming there, and then we're going to be taking overhead satellite shots of these areas to show you how much work we are doing to reclaim these areas. And that is all driven by you guys. Thank you for all of you guys who have bought these bracelets. If you haven't, jump on. They're $50. And some of you
I'll say
guys,
something real quick,
yeah,
Scott.
jump in. Paul. Mhm.
Just because I think we've had a few people have some questions about the bracelets, because some people have still wondered, like, hey, I haven't gotten mine yet. Just a reminder, we did send out an email last month asking everybody if they wanted their bracelet right now or if they wanted to wait until me and Scott go to Ghana to actually have them made in Ghana. If you do want your bracelet as soon as possible, they will be made here locally in Utah, but the proceeds still will be going towards them either way.
That's right.
If you do
Great
want
point.
if you do want them right now, we still can get you some. I'm going to post in the chat just one of our Google Forms. Just go put your name in there and let me know, and then I can get you some sent out immediately. Or if you don't respond, I just kind of assume you're going to wait until me and Scott go out to Ghana to have the
Yeah.
Ghanaians make them.
Yep.
So
Perfect. Thank you, Paul. And I just realized when I saw you pop on that I didn't have my camera on. So brushed my hair for nothing. You guys couldn't even see me. So it is going to be an absolutely fantastic 2025 for a few different reasons. What's happening in the crypto world in general, and what's happening specifically with Element United, and then obviously what can happen for you guys on the token side. Now, I will address one thing that everybody asks me. Everybody says, when's the token going to take off? And as you've known, you should be able to repeat by heart. We have nothing to do with that, but I will tell you this. There are several members of the community that are going to be working on those types of things like market making and getting it out there. And so I know of three, possibly four groups who are going to be doing things that help the token move. Now, as the owner of Element United, I would like the token to move just based on pure token utility, people buying the token so they can buy carbon credits, or people going into the market to buy ELMT so they can buy gold and silver. That obviously, just the fundamentals of tokenomics, that should move the token price, and that's how I would prefer for all things to work. However, as you guys know, tokens with zero utility that are total crap can explode and take off because people get excited about it and things go viral and they market make. All of those things are community driven, and all those things are going to be driven by the community. And I know of several groups who will be doing that as well. If the token happens to take off without real token utility, fine. I would prefer that it doesn't. I know all of you guys would prefer that it does. And so yeah, that would be fine. But either way, there are things in the works from different groups that private people who are involved in the Element blockchain working on that. So anyway, yeah, so that's about it for today. As we continue, and the good thing about starting off with where you guys see where we're going is that we're going to be reporting on it a couple of times a month to you guys, where we're at, how many mines we have, how many people have signed up for the EMC ethical mining certification, how many jewelry partnerships we have. But we've kept it. We didn't want to get too specific because there are major developments happening on our side that could make all of these goals happen a lot quicker. Okay. And we'll talk about them when they happen. But there are some rather significant partnerships that we have in the works. And if a couple of these partnerships that we're working on actually happen, then the numbers that you see here and the timelines would be
Might
sped
change.
up. Yeah, it would be, we wouldn't even be talking about the same things. It would be so incredible with the amount of, anyway. So I'll leave it at that. Just so that you know, as some of these partnerships come, you'll know about it. We'll talk about it. You'll see things changing rapidly. And so we'll leave it at that for now, other than there are some wonderful, wonderful partnerships. And really a big part of it is that we are now in 2025 and everybody's just interested again. The fear that certain people had is over. People are willing to jump back into the blockchain world, to the crypto world. And so it's made things for us very, very interesting since the election and moving into 2025, with the amount of people reaching out for mines, the amount of people that want to now be involved. So that's all we've got for today, guys. Thank you for jumping on. So look for us on in two
I'll
weeks
just
on
I'll
Wednesday.
just end it. We do have we technically started on the second Wednesday of this month. So
Okay.
let's plan on next week though, still, Scott, right? So
Okay.
that'll be the third
Yeah,
Wednesday.
sure. Next week, you got it. So that'll
And
be back to the third.
and I'll be
Awesome.
sending out an email, like Scott was saying. I'll soon after this, I'll be sending out an email so that you can subscribe to our new calendar to kind of help with that scheduling as well.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Okay, appreciate you jumping on, and thanks for being a part of this.
Yeah. Thanks, Scott.